Let's talk about Gavin Lux and the Dodgers' plan at shortstop this year. After losing a year to a devastating knee injury, Lux is back, he's healthy, and he is ready to take over as a starting shortstop for the Dodgers in 2024. Is that concerning? Will the knee injury affect him physically, mentally? A recent interview with Dodgers third base coach Dino Ebel got me at least a little worried. At least a little more worried, I probably should say. But it is time to talk Gavin Lux on another edition of the All Dodgers podcast. First, my name is Clint Pasillas. You can find me as Real FRG on the social media things, the Twitter, the Instagram. The links are in the description below. I'm a longtime baseball writer and sports editor. I've covered the Dodgers for years for sites like Sports Illustrated and DodgersNation.com, and now I'm here on my own channel covering the team in my own way. So I hope you consider giving this video a thumbs up by the time it's over. I hope you consider hitting that subscribe button while you're here. It's totally free and it really helps out the channel. So Gavin Lux. For those who don't know the Gavin Lux story, we'll go real quick, real fast here. He was a first-round draft pick by the Dodgers in 2016, sped his way through the minor leagues, made his major league debut as a 21-year-old in 2019. Didn't go exactly great, but, still got his foot in the door. 2020, struggle bus, absolute struggle bus. The COVID season really knocked him on his ass, threw a wrench in his season. 2021, we'll say mid at best. And 2022 was really, really solid. It could have been great, but a neck injury late in the season really derailed the entire campaign. But that track record is why it was kind of shocking that the Dodgers were they were set to hand him the keys to shortstop to enter the 2023 season. They let Trey Turner walk, and they were all in on Lux. Sadly, a freak knee injury, a torn ACL, cost him the season. It set him back a year in his development. But now, 1 year later, we're back, and the Dodgers are once again going all in on Gavin Lux at short. All right, so here's where we're at. By all accounts, the knee is healthy, and as of the time I'm filming this, we're nearly 11 months removed from the surgery to repair that torn ACL in his right knee, and there was some other ligament damage in there, but the question is, 2024, is this going to be a bounce-back year, or are things primed for failure? And yes, prime for failure is certainly harsh. I personally don't believe Lux is going to have a bad season, or we'll say that bad of a season, but I can't sit here and say that I don't have my concerns about Lux and that surgically repaired right knee. I've been vocal about this for a while now, both here on this show, on my show, and back on my Blue Heaven show last season. There are serious hurdles that come with the surgery Gavin Lux had and the position he's set to play. Shortstop requires a lot of those awkward turns and plants and pivots and just weird angles, we'll say. So I know if I was coming back from what Gavin Lux went through last year, I'd certainly have some mental blocks. I'd be, domed up, things kind of swimming in my head. And Dodgers third base coach Dino Ebel kind of hinted at a similar feeling, or hinted at just that in a recent interview with the recent chat with the guys at Spectrum's Sportsnet LA. So I'm going to roll the clip and then we'll kind of break it down and I'll share some of my thoughts, my feelings on what he said and the Lux situation.
He's on track. So I've been there with the stadium working out with him. He's taking ground balls. He's in cleats. He's running. He's determined to be ready by spring training games, and everything right now is on par. So great attitude. He looks good taking grounders. He's moving well. So just a matter of time where it's going to be more mentally than physically. So when he starts going to his, the backhand, there's a six hole, and going up the middle, start turning some double plays, he's going to have to use those legs.
So there's two headlines here. There's the Gavin Lux progressing, expected to be ready for spring training, or the clickbaity, did Dino Ebel just hint at trouble for Gavin Lux? I really enjoy the clickbaity angle, by the way. Let's break down what he said. We'll throw the words on the screen here. He's on track. He's taking ground balls. He's in cleats. He's running. He's determined to be ready by spring training games, which we'll throw a little, asterisk, or we'll highlight that one there. And everything right now is on par, he says, or Dino goes on to say, or really he should say on track. Great attitude. He looks great. Looks good taking ground balls. He's moving well. So just a matter of time. It's going to be more mentally than physically. Going to that backhand in the six hole and going to have to use those legs. That's kind of an important part. It kind of faded away at that end part of the conversation, but that's an important part. Going to be more mentally than physically, and making sure to get into those legs. And I'll say, if there's one person I trust on the Dodgers coaching staff to know about Gavin Lux, it's Dino Ebel. These two dudes, they've put in work together at Dodger Stadium over the last couple of off seasons. For him to say this is at least, we'll say at least a little concerning. So it seems like I'm justified in my concern for Lux this coming season, because I've been very vocal about this. I'm worried about that knee. Have I been overly worried? Yeah, but it's Gavin Lux we're talking about in this situation. That I guess I'll say that adds a little bit of worry for me in just kind of looking at the history of the player and the struggles that he's had and his ability or his inability to not let it mentally get to him, not let struggles mentally get to him. A secondary concern for me, much smaller concern, but he injured his right knee. That's his front knee, his lead knee as a left-handed hitter, his plant leg, if you will. So is that going to lead to issues or bad habits swing-wise, subconscious things to protect the knee? Feels like that would be less likely, but it's still something I'm going to just throw out into the ethos, and I'm not going to follow up on at all. So even with all of that said, I'm excited for Gavin Lux in 2024. This is a kid that's hungry. He's older now. You would assume less immature, less willing to let assholes on the internet get in his dome. I hope. He deserves this shot. He deserves the opportunity. He's earned it, and he's my X factor for the Dodgers in 2024. If he goes, they go far. Throwing that one out there. And if things do go sideways, there's Miguel Rojas ready to back him up. There's the contingency plan of Chris Taylor, because what else is Chris Taylor going to kind of do at this point? And there's also the trade deadline where the team can try to pick up the pieces and fix whatever problems are on the roster if that problem ends up being shortstop. But again, I don't feel it's going to end up being that way. I am in on Gavin Lux. He gets 2 thumbs up. He gets the FRG seal of approval here. But those are my thoughts. Where do you guys stand? Are you worried about Gavin Lux in 2024, or will it end up being the breakout season we were kind of hoping for last year? And let's make a little fun prediction prediction here. Who's going to be the starting shortstop for the Dodgers in Game 1 of the playoffs? Sound off in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. It's free. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it at all. I am Real FRG in all of the social media places. Links are in the description, and I will see you on the other side.